Good morning, my dear students. Today we will discuss the management basics, and today's class is about management principles and functions. Management principles and functions. You all know that there are 14 principles of management propounded by Henry Fayol, and you must know that Henry Fayol is a father of modern management. And what are the principles suggested by Henry Fayol for the management? There are 14 principles. What are they? So how to remember those 14 principles? So in order to remember those 14 principles, you must follow alphabetical order. So what is that alphabetical order? From A to Z. For example, so principles of management, the very first one is on A, that is authority and responsibility. Authority and responsibility. Second one is after A, B is there, C is there. On C, centralization of work. Centralization of work. And D, we have division of work, the third one, division of work. Fourth one is discipline. Discipline is very, very important principle of management. Discipline is very, very important function of management. Without discipline, we cannot achieve anything in the organization. So in order to maintain an organization smoothly, we require 14 principles of management. These are the first 4 principles of management. And remaining principles of management are, number 5 is esprit de corps. Esprit de corps. The meaning of esprit de corps is team spirit, harmony and coordination. Team spirit, it's a Greek word, esprit de corps. So the meaning of which is team spirit, harmony and coordination. Then we have the 6th principle of management is equity. Equity. Equity means, so there must be equality among the employees in the organization, and at the same time we must treat every employee with fairness, and we must maintain integrity in the organization. And 7th principle of management is initiative. 8th one is order. 9th one is remuneration. And then we have 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. And the 10th principle, I am writing here the 10th principle. So up to 9, remuneration. The first principle is authority and responsibility on A, and C, centralization of work, and D, division of work, and then discipline, esprit de corps, equity, initiative, order and remuneration. And then the next principle of management is stability of tenure of personnel. Stability of tenure of personnel. The personnel meaning is employees. Personnel meaning is employees who are working in the organization. Then we have the 11th principle, that is scalar chain of command. Scalar chain of command. So that means scalar chain means a chain of superiors and subordinates. A chain of superiors and subordinates are there to maintain authority and responsibility relationships in the organization. Then we have the 12th principle, subordination of individual interests to organizational interests. Organizational interests. Then 13th and 14th principle is unity of command and unity of direction. 13th principle is unity of command and unity of direction. 14th principle is unity of direction. So in this manner, we have 14 principles of management propounded by Henry Fayol, who is regarded as father of modern management. So among these 14 principles, so all are important, but a very important one is discipline and esprit de corps, maintaining team spirit and maintaining discipline in the organization. So this is about the principles of management. As I already told you that today we will discuss the concepts, basic concepts of management. And before going to discuss the basic concepts of management, you must also know the definition of management, how we can define management. Management is defined as designing an environment and maintaining that environment in which people working together can accomplish the selected aim in an efficient and economic manner. So there are a number of people who will be working together in our organization. So it is the responsibility of the management to design that type of environment and to maintain that type of environment in which all those people will be working together to achieve the objective in an efficient and effective manner. That is very, very important. That is the definition of management. So the number of people has given number of definitions to management, but Harold Kunz has given this definition, that is management is designing an environment and maintaining that environment. So that means this basic definition needs to be expanded. This basic definition needs to be expanded. As a manager, one should carry the functions of planning, organizing, staffing, directing, leading and controlling. And the goal of all managers is to create surplus, and the management's main purpose is to improve productivity and manage. It is the role of manager to make a decision making at different levels in the organization. So I already told you in the last class that management operates at 3 levels, that is top level, then middle level and operative level. So and it is the main purpose of management is to make decision. So decision making is at the heart of management functions. So now we will go to discuss the functions of management. So in this class we have discussed the definition of management, the principles of management, and then the functions of management, So today we are discussing the functions of management along with the principles of management. So the functions of management, the next one is the functions of management. So functions of management. Functions of management. The very first one is completed now, that is principles of management, functions of management. So according to Kunz, once again, the functions of management are divided into 5 types. Number 1 is planning. The very first function of management is planning. The second function is organizing, and third function is the staffing. Fourth function is directing or leading. Then the fifth function of management is controlling. And the very first function is planning. So what is planning? Planning is deciding in advance about the future. What to do in the future will be decided in planning. So and this planning requires number of steps. So elements in planning requires decision making. And these plans require number of things. In planning, we must decide about the mission or purpose.